Hey everyone, Kimchica here with another Indiescovery. Today's title features a lot of challenges, and it's actually challenging in more ways than one might think. The tense indie thriller Stay has been developed by Appnormals, and I think it's one of the most innovative and immersive experiences that I've had in a long time in terms of getting to know a single fictional character and really caring about him. And as always, for full disclosure, full transparency, this copy was a review copy provided to me by Appnormals, so thank you to Appnormals for allowing me the chance to play your game, and for everyone watching, know that this hasn't influenced what I am going to share with you or my opinions on how I felt about this game. So let's jump into this Indiescovery. The game opens on a man, Quinn, getting abducted and imprisoned in a room with only a computer to connect him to the real world. It also just so happens that you are on the other side of that computer. Why? Well, that's for you to figure out for yourself as you play. But it's also up to you how you would like to interact with Quinn throughout his process of escaping this house of horrors. This is his story. You're just the sidekick who can help him stay calm and talk things through. And it's an interesting place in a game to be the support character and not the protagonist. At times, the game almost felt voyeuristic in an uncomfortable way. Like, why am I the one talking with him? Are there cameras in the room, and is that why I can see him as he moves through the house? I tend to overthink these situations, so perhaps others may not feel as uncomfortable, but there was this constant sense of unease that stuck with me in my potential role in Quinn's entrapment. Perhaps this unease was also fueled by one of the game's most interesting components. It all happens in real time. The conversations, the time spent with Quinn on the puzzles, and even the time you spend away from the computer. Quinn will notice your absence, and if you're gone for an extended amount of time, who knows what could happen to him. This is perhaps the most intriguing part of the game to think about. It plays on the title itself, seeing how long you're willing to stay. You spend the majority of the game in one of two phases, either talking with Quinn through a chat window where you'll often have dialogue options to pick from and influence your relationship with him, or with him in puzzles. We will talk a little bit more about these puzzles in a second. As you talk with Quinn and get to know him, you'll see his mood shift, and his relationship with you, based on his trust and general closeness, will rise and fall. Some of what you say may seem harsh, but he's also fairly panicked, for good reason, and your words telling him to focus can ground him and bring him back to reality. And sometimes kind words or joking phrases are actually interpreted by him as disingenuous or silly, poking holes in your relationship. These conversations and the nuances within them felt really genuine and involved. Quinn seems like a real person with flaws, neurotic and silly behaviors, changes of mind and heart, and even spelling errors. The primary goal as Quinn's connection to the real world is to help him escape. You'll quickly find that it's not just an escape room, this is an escape house, and man oh man, the puzzles that you'll find will give you a run for your money. Many of them will require you to take up a second and think, or actually more like a few minutes or even a few hours, especially since there isn't a ton of skill set up prior to each puzzle. A few of them actually seemed near impossible when I first took a glance. And online, it seems that the peacock and brick wall puzzle seems to be notoriously difficult and infamous, and admittedly, I hit a wall during that puzzle too. Now, see what I did there? But for the most part, the challenge felt purposeful to me. I felt like the game again, with its title of Stay, was almost trying to test me and see how much would I take to stick around? How long would it take me to work through my frustration and stay there for the sake of helping Quinn? And admittedly, there were a couple times where I had to log off because I was getting frustrated and stuck, and when I did, I actually found myself thinking about Quinn in my away time. I felt bad because I knew he was still there. But for those of you who may feel daunted by these challenges, know that since its release, the devs have received feedback about the more obscure nature of some of these puzzles, and are working to provide a way for players to enjoy the experience even if they get stuck, while still maintaining the spirit of the game. The music and art, which I haven't really gone into, but both are superbly done, are really the cherry on top of a game that brings in elements of interaction that I haven't experienced in this specific way with a game character. The real-time component, the compelling dialogue, and yes, maybe even especially because of the incredibly challenging puzzles, this game adds up to a title that did make me want to stay until its thrilling and intense conclusion. Enjoyed this Indiescovery, or think you are going to be playing Stay in the near future? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, or you'd like more news on indie games, whether it's more Indiescoveries, which essentially are reviews, news, event footage, or even interviews with developers, I would love for you guys to get that too. So click that subscribe button, make sure that bell is also pushed so you get the notifications, and let's go explore the world of indie games together. Of course, you can also follow me on my Twitter at Kimchica25 for even more indie game news, highlights, trailers, all that fun stuff. And if you are into watching live streams or just like to have some background noise while you're working, check out my channel. It's twitch.tv/Kimchica, where I play most Monday through Fridays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I usually just relax with some indie games, show you guys what I featured on this channel, as well as some titles that I wasn't able to create content for. So be sure, if you're interested, to follow me there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.